Morning, everyone. Welcome to Facebook. Welcome to Compliance Over Coffee. And fingers crossed this is streaming. I can't tell on my laptop at this moment in time, so fingers crossed it's working. Tony's giving me a nod from the other room, so that's absolutely fine. So it's our Compliance Over Coffee for Thursday this morning, and I tell you, I have no idea where the last week has gone. I have blinked and missed this week, and what has happened to the weather. It's raining here in the north and it's a lot cooler, and Tony's actually got a fleece on, so it must be cool. So this morning, what does the title of this mean? Sanctions, red flags and high risk. Well, it's all around money laundering, and the reason that I wanted to cover this very, very briefly this morning is because we had a post put up in the group, I think it was yesterday, where someone screenshot an email that they had received from HMRC talking about countries and sanctions. And it's something that a lot of sources aren't aware of. Vast majority of sources, I would say, are not aware of, that there are sanctions lists and you are supposed to check them. And not just for countries, but for people. They don't know either that HMRC have upgraded estate agency work since COVID from medium risk to high risk for money laundering. And also what they don't know are that HMRC have what they call red flags. And red flags are terms that HMRC consider to be at seriously high risk of carrying money laundering along with them. And two of those are cash and BMV. And those are two terms that are talked about an awful lot in the deal packaging sourcing sector. And sadly, what a lot of you guys don't realise is that HMRC consider those two things to actually be incredibly high risk for money laundering. So what I wanted to say to you guys today is that if you're sourcing already, registered with HMRC, but haven't had any training whatsoever in anti-money laundering, in money laundering, then you really, really have to have some. And it's a legal requirement, and it's a legal requirement annually. Unfortunately for you guys, on Saturday, half of my workshop is data protection, which is also a legal requirement, and half is money laundering. And it's £97 per person for the whole workshop, and you get a certificate at the end of it to show that you've had the training. And trust me when I say that the training that you get is bespoke for sourcing agents, and even though I say it myself, is incredibly high quality for the cost. Tony and I each year pay hundreds of pounds for our training at a higher level, because I need to know it at a higher level than I teach you guys at, so that I know the topic. So the course is on Saturday. We cover sanctions, we cover red flags, we cover the fact that we're high risk, we cover what money laundering is, we cover how HMRC look at us, we cover all sorts of different things. And I tell you now that a lot of people out there that are sourcing have no idea about this stuff. And although you may have registered with HMRC for money laundering, and although you may have watched the video during the application and the registration process and say, well, I've had money laundering training, if you have no idea what red flags, high risk, sanctions, and how to go about checking about them are, you haven't got a clue as to what you're letting yourself in for, and you're leaving yourself open to a high risk of a fine. And on average at the moment, guys, it's just over £7,000. So £97 pales that into insignificance. So if you want to source and you want to get deals in, that's fantastic. It's a great sector to work in, but please ensure that you understand what you are doing. And the data protection and money laundering workshop this Saturday has been created by myself just for you guys, so that you can get that training cost effectively, but at a great quality level. And you get 6 months access to the recording as well. So that's sanctions, high risk and red flags. And I hope I will see some of you at least on Saturday for the DP and AML training. There's a few people already booked on. I will put a link for you to be able to reserve your place if that's what you want to do under this video in our group. Until next week for more Compliance Over Coffee. For those of you on the course, I'll see you on Saturday. Other than that, I'll be back as normal next Tuesday and Thursday for more Compliance Over Coffee. In the meantime, bye for now.